name is Justy Gudiel. I am the executive chef of Trattoria Bellagio.
He's so passionate about this restaurant and about all of the food that he makes. It actually makes my job really exciting because I get to come in and see what he's working on, something new every week.
Yeah, my passion, my mom has always loved cooking. My dad used to love cooking too. I mean, sadly he passed away a while ago, but we'll get to that. Yeah, I've always loved cooking. Ever since I was little, my mom always, she was always cooking. And I would always see what she was making. Whenever they were working, I would come home. I was like 11 years old, I would make some soup or some kind of meat or something, I guess. My mom has like a small restaurant, kind of like a cafe kind of thing. So she has that, she cooks as well. Yeah.
Our staff is really, really happy to be working with him. And honestly, it's because of his passion, I think, that he just makes it a little bit more exciting for everybody to work here.
He's a great person on the work because he's a nice boss. He's around us to do everything perfect. He likes to everybody do a good job, but he knows how to do it.
He know a lot of stuff about kitchen. He's pretty good with it. So I've been learning a lot with him.
I just learned it by work. I didn't go to culinary school or anything like that. I wanted to go when I first came here, but it was too expensive. It was way too expensive, and I couldn't afford to be working, paying rent, and paying the school, so I couldn't know. I learned a lot from books and by watching videos and stuff like that, and trying things, I love reading books about things that you can play and stuff like that with food. You can have yourself short on knowledge because you always want to know more.
I think that it probably took Justin a lot longer to get where he is. When Justin started here, he started as the pizza guy, and I knew he was a pizza guy at the restaurant before that, and I think before then, but I think this is kind of the first place that's really given him the opportunity to grow. It's amazing that he has gone from the pizza guy to our executive chef in 5 years, all being self-taught, and it's just pretty much self-driven to do all of that.
The transition from coming from a different country with all these cultures to come into a new country where it's different. It's a long process, but it can be done. It takes a lot of money and time, but it's a process. And after that, you always gotta find a way how to do the right thing. I always tell people, you don't just come here to just work, and you also gotta do the right thing for your taxes. Also do the right thing, because those are things that at the end of the day is gonna help you get everything situated in your life, things like that. But it's been a long ride.
When I didn't speak English, they were like, I feel bad because people like try to be nice with me, or talk with me, and I couldn't because I didn't know what they said.
You know, the language barrier here is different. My English is not perfect, but I always try to learn more. I never went to school to learn English. I will always stay with servers after work. There was this guy who will always teach me English, and I will teach him Spanish. We'll trade in language for language. he will teach me how to say a few words and stuff like that. Language barrier is different. Culture here is different. It's not really a culture. Back home, we're more like family thought, things about, you know, you always got to be there for family. You always got to do whatever you can for family. You got to help out people and stuff like that. It's a different culture, you know. I used to live with one of my cousins. He's back home now. There was times where I wouldn't see him for weeks, living in the same room. Living in the same room, I wouldn't see him for weeks because by the time that he'd get back from work, I would be gone. And then when I come back, he was gone. I wouldn't see him, but the culture here is different. All you do here is work. Work and work and work. You don't spend that much time with family. It's different cultures. It's too many cultures here. There's nothing set in stone, I would say. Here, if somebody can screw you over, they will do it without doubt. Back home is not. You know the people and you don't want to screw them, you want to help them. So definitely culture is different in here. You always got to stand up for yourself. It's like that everywhere you go, but back home you always gotta do what you can for others too. I always put others before myself. You know, I always go, you know, make sure everybody else is taken care of and everybody else is good before anything for me. Because you know, that's how I was taught. That's one of the cultures that I was taught. You always gotta do what you can to help out people and do the best for them. Yeah. You know, quality of life is important for some people. That way people will do more for you. You know, when you go the extra mile for them, there's no doubt in their mind that they will go an extra mile for you. I've always had that thing that my family is everything to me. Everything to me. I came here because I was trying to help out my family. Because definitely here it's you do more than back home. Back home, you know, a day you earn $5 a day. It's and then you gotta work outside. But there's one of those things that, yeah, you want to help out your family more, but in a way you lose your family. Not being close to your family, it's a little hard. It's definitely hard. I will say that's one of the hardest things. But I decided to come here and help them out more, try to help out them in any way that I could to help them out. Because they give me everything. When I was back home, that whatever I want, they would give me everything. So it's hard. I lost my dad back in 2012. Man, it's tough. Because me and my dad were, I would say, yeah, it's sorry. Yeah, I lost my dad. I didn't get to see him for 8 years. So and then I lost him. It's been almost 14 years. I'll never see him again. But yeah, you lose family a lot when you're here because it's hard. It's hard to go back home. It's tough, and it's a lot of challenging because yeah, you have money. We call it the golden cage. That's how we call it. You have everything in here, but you're in a cage. It's not a lot you can do. It's not a lot. You're here, yeah. You have everything. You work, you make money, but it's at the end of the day you lose more than what money can ever give you. Yeah, I lost my dad. That's one of. I will say there's one of the biggest. You know, I still have my mom, and thank God. But yeah, it was hard. It's hard leaving family behind and coming here. You don't know if you're gonna see them again and stuff like that. You know, that's what now I try to go over there at least once a year. Go over there, and it's hard when I go visit. You know, my dad's grave, and I always have this thing I gotta talk to him. You know, and always go there. It's been, like I said, since 2012. It's been a couple of years already, and It's always that thing. I always apologize to him that I didn't get to see him again like that. But it's tough. It's tough life here. It's definitely, I will say, the hardest thing is coming here is leaving your family behind. You're gonna provide for them, but the quality of time that you can have with them by being with them, you will never get that. And it's tough. I will say that.
One of the hardest things.
That's one of the hardest things.
He really brings a uniqueness to the restaurant, in my opinion. I always admired how hard he worked and how he made every dining experience for every guest special. Like, he never had an issue going to a table and talking to the guests or making special modifications. And so I really admired that about him, and then we just started kind of getting to know each other, and then here we are. I fell in love with him. Now we have Grayson.